Hello and Allahu Akbar. Baha'i greeting to all the Baha'is of the world. Time is 11:14. Today is Tuesday, 30th of the May. That's what my watch says, or 29th, 30th. Very well. Last night we discussed about this term called Baha'u'llah, which means the house of God. As some people go to Mecca or even our own Holy Land. And Baha'u'llah said this Baha'u'llah, house of God, is not made out of a stone and mortar. It is the heart of the people. And as you grow closer to God through His manifestation, which is Baha'u'llah, by following His formula, studying His life, then you get closer to God, and this love, like a mortar and brick, will build that house of God. And once the house is built, unfortunately people will not recognize you. You will not be appreciated by the people of your time. And once this house is completed, God will be there all the time. You will be connected to God the same way as a computer is connected to the internet. Continuing the same thing, Baha'u'llah says, it's not just the eye and everything else. In the entire parts and members of our body is, means of communication of God when it's in your heart. He goes on and he says, چون که غیرش نیست در بیت ای پسر. Chunka, because that. Chun means because, ke means that. Because that, Qeirash, none others, he's none other. Nist is not. Dar in Beit, the house. A pesar, O son. He refers to us as a son here. Other times, other things. In this case, he says, O son. Because there's nobody else in his house, which is your heart. As a result, جمله حکم او بدان تو سر به سر. جمله, all in all, حکم او, his command, you know. سر به سر is a very strange word. It's exactly like English. Sar means head. B means two. This sar also means head. Head to head. Sar be sar, exactly translated as head to head. So he says, because there is none other person except him is in his house, which is your heart, therefore everything that comes from your heart is all his command. At that time your heart is God speaking, God talking. It's not you anymore. So much so, he says, پس تو چشم و گوش و دست از او بدان. Hence, past means hence, therefore, then, you, چشم, eye, o and, gush, ear, and dast, hand, as from him, you know. So, he says then, take the eye and the ear and hand is all his. He's in the heart, and he's the one who is ordering. He's the one talking. He's the one who is wanting and willing. And your eye is his eye. Your ear, his ear. His hand is his hand. That is why the seven valleys is called the valley of selflessness, because your self doesn't exist anymore. You become an instrument for God to work with it. Then he says, continues the same line, he says, او ببیند, او بگیرد آن زمان. او means God, he will be seeing. ببیند means will be seeing. He will see. He will take at that time. At which time, when God is in your heart, everything comes out of your heart, every feeling, everything is all God's. In that case, the eye and the ear and the hand is all in His command. It is Him, Baha'u'llah says. He's seeing, He is him that he's taking at this time. او ببیند. He will see او بگیرد. He'll take on that zaman, on that time. Zaman means time. So he's going back to bring up the same subject as why is it God in the heart of us while we're on the earth? We're here. Baha'u'llah says, جان عارف مسجد اقصای اوست مخزن اسرار او ادنای اوست. John, of course, you know, means the soul, the spirit, the life. Arif is the mystics, the knower, the one who understands. In the Baha'i faith, this Arif is not used the same context as the Islamics, values of the Sufi. Arif simply is the person who knows the divine knowledge. So, Jar Arif, the soul of the one who knows the divine, is the mosque. Masjid means mosque. Aqsa, it is translated by Shoghi Effendi as A-Q-S-A, Aqsa, as the masjid that is in Israel, in the Palestine right now. The point of controversy is all about that mosque called Masjid Aqsa. Aqsa really means a far away. That's what it means. So Masjid Aqsa, the mosque of Aqsa, means a far away mosque. But really it's an illusion. Baha'u'llah is alluding, because when Muhammad went to God in his Mi'raj, in his ascension, he was taken from Mecca to Israel, to this, they say Masjid Aqsa. Although at that time there was no Masjid Aqsa, but still they refer to it. So he says the Masjid Aqsa, that Muhammad was taken by the angel Gabriel from Mecca all the way to Israel, that masjid is the soul of the Arif, soul of a man who knows the divinity of God, in specifically the Baha'i faith at this time. Makhzan asrar, repository, the tank. Makhzan means tank. Repository. Asrar means the mystery. Repository of the asrar, his mystery. Adna used. Adna, another way of saying dunya. Adna means low. The antonym to that is a'la. A'la means very high. Adna means very low. Down, down. So he says the repository of his secrets and his mystery is this universe right here. Because this is Adna or Dunya, either way you can say it. So in this life is where the secret of God is there. Why is that? Because we don't know a lot of things here. So there's all the secrets are here. Bob says, of course, when you die, there are levels of life continues, but this one is the most important one, he says. Everything basically says revolves around here. In the same way, God has given us a clue. If a luck, when you're married and you have a child, your wife or yourself, if you're a woman, the baby is born inside. That's all you care, it's like all you cherish. This is the most important things. The same way, God this time, which is material universe, or this entire universe, is his wife, in my opinion. He enters his wife, and as a result we all born children, the spiritual children. We born again, as Jesus says. And if we born, and we become Baha'i, so then he trying to give us spiritual things here, as he was giving us material things when we were inside the womb of the mother. All was a material thing. We don't understand any of spirituality. We don't know our mother if she's any beautiful or anything, or she's smiling. We don't understand the concept of mother. We are very much in the same situation right now. We don't understand this mother nature. Whoever said this is the wisest things ever has been said in the world of humanity, that this is mother nature. We call it maternal, you see. Matter is mother. In here we don't understand. All of this universe is nothing but the womb of our mother. Only when we die we see the rest of our mother. And our mother, just as we came out of the womb and she hugged us and smiled at us, we saw her spiritual part of our mother. The same way when we die, on the next life, the outside of this material life is totally spiritual. Totally. It's not material at all. How could something to be metaphysic but has physics inside it? It is. That's how this universe is. And then of course we see, wow, we all came through that womb of our mother. She doesn't have a lot of children, even in the next life. Very, very few make it. Baha'u'llah says, of billions of you, only few came. And out of that, even fewer came to us. I've given in the contrast that how many sperm is injected in the mother's womb by the husband, by your father. Trillions at a time. In a lifetime, maybe God knows how many. It's countless, really. How many children mom and dad has? Maybe 3, maybe 4. Biggest we ever heard, 12, 15, I don't know, 20. It's not even comparable. All those sperms, they don't make it. So is this life right now. All of us, we are bewildering sperms. We're going back to recycle into the nature. We'll never make it. So, beware, beware. You have to get that understanding if you want to be surviving and you want to be alive again. Alive in the next life means to have willpower, to have the 5 senses, as Abdu'l-Baha says. You're able to will, want, then you're alive. Then you can imagine, then you have a brain, then you can think, then you can calculate, then you can comprehend when you get to your thinking, comprehension. Then you have wisdom and understanding, and then you have a spiritual memory, not physical, a spiritual memory of things, and that makes up your character. So, really, the repository of the secrets of God is this life. Here things shapes up. If inside the womb things are not good, the baby is going to be born handicapped, if not dead. Same here. If things are not good here, there will be no next stage coming up. And a lot of people, they don't take this serious at all. Why? Because millions of others are not taking it serious, and you go with the flow. Only few people, they take it serious, because they just cannot see as a being that can have so much wishes, so much desires, and all of it is not fulfilled. Then we are in jail, in the jail of the body. You know, we're confined in the confinement of time. Whereas time is a chain unto us if we have willpower. We can simply will to be in Jupiter and then we're there. That's fast. We can will to be in the Titan galaxies and then we're there. But here it takes time, so the poor will cannot do much. But not when you die. The hardware is taken down, the software is free. You can do a lot of wonderful things. As long as it is alive. So, Baha'u'llah says, since this is Adna or Dunya is the repository of the secret of God, he says, we're going to have to be thinking of a solution. Chawri aknun zeno bawiyad namud. Chare, a solution, a remedy. Chare means remedy. Chare means a remedy. A remedy. Aknun, now. Ze, from no, not now, but no. After I done it, actually, I wrote it N-O-W. It should have just been no. No in Persian does not mean no as in English, but no means new. New means no. It's another affinity of the Persian and English language. It seems that at one point they were the same. There are many, many words like that. So, a remedy, aknun, now, ze, from no, bayad, have to make. Bayad namud. Namud means done or to show. Baha'u'llah says, now we have to make a new remedy. No, new, not the old remedies. این نصیحت را به جان باید شنود. In this nasihat means counsel, advice. Very big word. Try to remember it. Nasihat. Nasihat means when mom and dad are talking to the child, advising them. But a wise man talks to you something. Nasihat is advice, is counsel. So, in nasihat, this advice ra, the nasihat, bejan bayad shanud. Bejan, jan means soul. Here, bejan means take it to soul. To soul, you have to shanud, to hear. Hear it with the soul. He says, we have to make a new remedy, and this advice should take it to your soul, he says. Why? In the past, when they were talking about God, Sufis, literally thousands, if this Mathnavi is 318 line, Rumi's Mathnavi is 25,000 line. There's another book beside that, that's 100,000 lines. And Rumi is one of literally thousands. All these guys, when they talk about the beautiful God, these books, all of them are poetries, totally love poetry, containing the separation from God. It's a big issue. Hijran, so many mourning, lyrics, songs are written about the separation from God, that they just want to be with Him. And others, they talk about Vas, meaning how beautiful it is when they have a reunion with Him. And few that martyred, like Hallaj that I said, is the one he had a reunion with God. So the issue of Hijr, separation, and Wasl, reunion, is the biggest topic of the Sufism and mysticism in Iran. All of it is that. Baha'u'llah's new remedy is this. He says, Hamz Hijr و وصل هر دو درگذر. Ham here it means both. It means most of the time also. Ham means also. Ham means same. Here means both. Both. Ze from Hijr, separation, and Wasl, reunion. Har do, both again. See? Har do, each one of the two. Each one of the two. Har means each. Each one. Dargozar. Let go. He says, forget about the Hijr and Wasl. Both the Hijr and Wasl, dargozar. Let go. Pass. Pass on the Hijr and Wasl, Baha'u'llah says. This is what's new in the Baha'is, Sufism, in the Baha'is mysticism. I don't like to call any one of these names actually. It's simply Baha'i faith. You can classify it, but all of it is truth, all of which has come from Baha'u'llah, all of them is a part of everything that we have to do. Everything, all of it. This part of it, if you want to separate it, says specifically about knowing where we're going and where God is. So Baha'u'llah takes a red strike on whatever was Hajj, on whatever is Wa'az. This is both of them. Forget it, he says. I know. So, Har do, each do means two. Both. Both of the two. Let go. Taurasi, Taltil Rasi, you reach. Therein, Rafrafe Asl, the highest of the highest of the height. Asl means essential. Rafraf means the height. Till you reach to essential height. O Pesar, O son. It's funny, he's talking O Pesar, God knows why. But when I read these things, I took it, he's talking to me. I am his Pesar. When I was 18. Truly it is. It's a letter. Baha'u'llah has written to whomever fell close to him, and he takes it as to be the Pesar. That's all of the humankind. It's very important, this matter that I say right now to you. The words, when you hear Pesar and not Dokhtar, which means the girl, the daughter, Dokhtar means daughter in Persian, is another ancient word that shows affinity of English in Persian. Like German Tochter, we say Tochter and you say daughter. Baha'u'llah doesn't say daughter, it says Pesar. This Pesar is not a female word. Really, truly, I'm the interpreter, it means "O child." It's not referring that a Pesar has to do this and a Tochter cannot do it. No. It's just the way we talk. Don't you guys all the time says guys, use the word guys sometimes for both male and female. Or say no man, you know, it could be even a woman, but you say man. Here, man is not male or female, it's human. Or guys, it's the term, the same thing. Fellow is the same thing. This Pesar that he uses a couple of times is male, but it's not a reference to the gender. It's just a way the poetry and the word, the Persian context of the word comes. So, what is the summary again? He says, the summary of this is that once the house of God is built, which is your heart, since He's there and nobody else is there, therefore anything that comes out of your heart, it is Him. And He's in the control of your hand, your eyes. He's the one who sees everything He does. He says, in reality, the spirit of the mystic knower, the one who understood Baha'u'llah, that is the Masjid al-Aqsa. That is the mosque of Aqsa, the faraway mosque, because Israel is far away from Mecca. And alluding to when Muhammad was taken by Gabriel from Mecca to Israel. That mosque, which was taken, he says, that mosque is in your soul. You have to take there. And remember, he says, this life, although is adna, not a'la, adna, low, it is the repository of the mysteries of God in it. The child is a mystery in the womb of the mother. When it comes out, the mystery is shown. Until then, there's a mystery. But Baha'u'llah says there's a problem. If you want to go through this, the way Muslims and Sufis goes, you're going to write a lot of poems and letters from the separation from your God and crying and all that jazz. Baha'u'llah says, let go of it. Forget this separation from God. Forget this reunion from God. if you let go of both of it, he says, you will get to where? To the essential height. How is this possible? He's going to explain on the next few lines, and I will have to bring it later on. Time is 11:39. I say good night.